I guess I'm early.
Yes, we'll get started in about 5 minutes.
So what can I anticipate on this? Because this is my first time joining this call. Will and Veronica invited me.
Oh, awesome. So this is a training generally involving some type of production. And so today we're actually going to be talking about how to hire a virtual assistant.
That is fantastic because
yes,
it's just fantastic.
All right, we will get started in just a minute.
Sure. I'll mute myself.
Okay, nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
All right, if you guys are just joining us, please do turn your cameras on. We are going to get started here in just a few minutes, and we're going to talk about how to get leverage with a virtual assistant. Love to get the chat rolling, so let us know some good news. What's happened in the last week, type it in the chat. Or if you'd like to talk live, just type in the chat talk, and I will bring you up live. But we're going to get started here in about 3 minutes, so hang tight. All right, as you guys are rolling in, please do type your good news in the chat. We are definitely going to start there first. And if you want to just tell us what your good news is, then that's totally cool. Just type talk in the chat so I know. And we're going to get started here in 1 minute. All right. All right, I'm going to go live on Facebook and then we will get started. All right, I think we are live on Facebook. Yes. All right, perfect. Okay, let's get to your good news here. Hello, Glenda. Good to see you. Astrid said, glad to join us. Javier said, excited for new ventures. Michael started the month strong with 2 new contracts totaling 500,000 and a referral on the sales side with a fellow game changer. That is awesome. Exactly. Cody said, my team, oh my gosh, you guys. Cody, unmute yourself. I saw you a second ago. There you are.
Oh my goodness, I didn't think you were going to put me on the spot.
I'm so sorry, but this is amazing. Will you tell your good news?
It is amazing. We went from 4 agents for 2021. And I just said, I have got to bear down and I have got to do this. Recruiting is the name of the game for a successful real estate team. So I just hit it hard and we have grown to 20 agents, and I can say it happened in the last 3.5 months, all of those 16 more people. And
my gosh,
it's just so great. The energy is great. The leverage is great. It just helps accountability. It's just, I just feel so good about it. Our team will be completely different in 3 months production wise.
Yes, that is so exciting. Congratulations, Cody. Good job.
Thank you, Stacy.
All right. Michael said, joined EXP and joined the team. Awesome. Congratulations. Oh, Phil said, sorry, my camera hasn't come in. That's okay. We appreciate you joining. Beth, I'm sponsoring. I'm newly sponsoring a seasoned agent who is partnering with me. That is awesome. Really, really great. I love all your guys' good news. I love seeing all your pretty faces, handsome faces. All right. So who is excited for leverage and understanding how to get it, how to hire, how to train, and do it inexpensively so that it makes sense in your business? Raise your hand if that's you. Right. 1,000%. Like, I'm raising my elbows. It is so true, right? In real estate, a lot of times we get caught up in our businesses so much that we're like so in the weeds. We don't even understand sometimes what are income producing activities for us because we're so in the weeds. We can't think of the things that we would give to someone else, right? We're like, I don't know what I'd give to a VA. What would I do? I have no idea because there are so many things I'm doing. I don't have time to train, right? So we're going to talk about all of that today. So my name is Stacy Peterson. If I have not met you guys all before, and I know there's lots of new faces on here, I just want to say hi. I'm a real estate agent, just like the rest of you. I've been at EXP for 22 months, so almost 1 year or 2 years, I mean, and love it, love being here. But what I mostly love is this community that's building and how we help each other and support each other. So I'm honored that you're here. One of my strengths is definitely efficiency and operations and operational training. So that's why I'm presenting to you today about how to get leverage and specifically how to hire a virtual assistant. So before you get nervous, I'm going to post my slides and every document that I have written out for you in Game Changers Nation, so you will have it. If you are a guest with us today, you're just going to have some FOMO until you join us, and then you'll get everything in the Facebook group. So that's how it works. But I'm going to give you every single thing I've got to help you. I want you to leave this training knowing you could hire a VA like this. You could get off this call and literally hire one. So that's how in depth we're going today. And let's get right to it. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, and if you have questions, type them in the chat and I will probably end up having someone help me with it later, but I'll get to them at the end. Okay. So be specific with your questions so that I don't have to try to figure out what you were saying. And everyone, let's just give a little applause for my cute slides, right? They're cute. I'm proud of them. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, get leverage with a virtual assistant. And I made some notes and I'm on one screen, so this is going to be a little interesting, so I apologize. But The reason that you want to take a look at why should you hire a VA is because money returns and time doesn't, right? That's where all of us struggle. We struggle with trying to figure out what we can do in a day to really make a big impact, right? A lot of us spend our day being busy. Like actually in this last week, I had 2 different people ask me like, what's your schedule look like, Stacy? And I was like, there's a lot of wasted time in there, I'll tell you that. And it's not because I just have all this time freedom. It's because I'm not structuring my day the best way for my business, right? And so some of you probably struggle with that too. So I just want to tell you that because not every person that trains you has everything perfectly figured out, right? But maybe they've got a few steps ahead of you. So I'm a few steps ahead. And so I'm going to share everything with you today. So let's talk about why we're going to hire a virtual assistant. And again, I'm sorry about my notes on the side. I'm only on one screen today, so you're going to see my notes. Just pay attention to the slides. So as a busy leader, there's lots of things on your plate, right? Whether it's managing emails, staying in the loop, maybe creating documents, right? Everything that's required to run a successful organization. But all that comes at a big cost. And what is that? It's your time, right? Too many leaders, we think we can like do it all, but really when we multitask, we're probably not getting as much done as we could, right? How many of you go on vacation, but the day before you have like the best productive day of your life? Like that is me all the time. So this is why we're going to use someone's help with leverage so that we can have those vacation days every day, because some of the things that we're spending our time doing or procrastinating on, they're going to get done. And it won't be just a fantasy, it's going to be reality. So you need a team to help you get these things done. And so instead of just trying to accomplish everything that's time consuming and keep yourself busy and not getting the productive things done, we're going to have somebody take care of all that busy work so your mind is free to take care of the productive things. So why would you hire a VA? Time, right? You're always scrambling. You can't take a vacation. You're on your phone. Your family's like sick of eating out and having you like texting, I'm sorry, I just got to do an offer, right? Communication. Maybe you're missing some vital information. Maybe you're always the one that's like, shoot, I forgot to send that. Oh, so sorry. I meant to put that price reduction on, the MLS. Like it could be a lot of things. And then results. So are you missing business opportunities because of your chaos, right? Nobody can do it alone. No person that you see at the top or even in the middle is doing it on their own. So every realtor I think I've almost ever talked to has considered hiring an assistant, whether that be in person or virtual, but we just haven't taken the plunge. We haven't taken the time. Maybe we're worried it's going to cost too much. Maybe we're not sure what they would do. Maybe we think we suck at hiring or training, right? But are you ready to ramp up your business and ready to scale? Having a VA, which is short for virtual assistant, I know you all know that, but having a VA is going to be there to support you, right? They're going to alleviate the pressure that happens when you do scale. They're going to just help take that edge off, right? So let's talk about when is the right time to hire. So number one, when your business is holding you hostage. So that's when you are maybe not breathing deep. You're going home at night and you're like on your phone and you're like emailing, and only because you couldn't fit it in to the hours of your day. Maybe your business needs skills that you don't have. So maybe you want to, put out some really bomb like presentations, or maybe you want to recruit better and just have this automated system, but you don't have all the skills to do that. That's when you need to look at hiring a VA. And then lastly, when you wish there was 2 of you. So if maybe you're sitting there right now going, oh my gosh, I've got to do a market analysis. I got to type up listing paperwork. I got to send over that for signatures. I got to coordinate the cleaner, the inspector, right? All those things. If you had a duplicate of you, right, you wouldn't be in that like non-deep breathing phase. So that's where we're going to try to get you to. Also, when your business is a hot mess, You're missing deadlines. You're missing important things. You're not hitting your goals. Maybe you don't even have your goals spelled out, right? You're ready to scale. You're constantly in this state of overwhelm. So you really want to grow bigger, add people to your team. And then lastly, you're big on vision and short on execution. So you're giving yourself so many excuses that you're starting to not believe yourself. Maybe you're even feeling complacent. This is the time when you need someone and leverage. So, oh, sorry, I had this slide twice. So let's talk about the options of a virtual assistant. So first, you have to determine how much involvement you want in the training process. And I think this is really key, because if you're interested in training someone fully, there's one route to go, okay? I mean, like, maybe they barely have any real estate experience. Maybe they have no real estate experience, okay? Second, are you looking for specific experience? So maybe you're like, I need someone to handle my social media and marketing, right? That's very specific experience, or a transaction coordinator, right? Or maybe you want someone fully trained in operational aspects of real estate. And so those three are going to determine how you go about hiring a VA, because you can place an ad on Indeed, right? That would be more like someone fully, absolutely trained in all operations of real estate. Specific experience, or you're willing to do some training, that can be more offshore type of VA, right? They can do, I call it all things non-client facing, because they're probably not picking up a phone. You can send them on, right? You could do that, but maybe that wasn't your exact idea. So you have to determine which one you're most interested in, okay? So where do we find these magical people that know how to do everything, right? A few places are, I would say, my favorite. Number one is Fiverr. That would be more like, I'm looking for something specific. I need a logo. I need a cool presentation. I need a website done. I would go to Fiverr, okay? They're not real estate specific. Upwork, same thing, not real estate specific. They can do projects, or you can hire them for longer term. Onlinejobs.ph. I call this like the Indeed Craigslist job board of the Philippines, right? This is where you're going direct to the person, okay? My Outdesk, they are real estate trained, Spear Rocket real estate trained. So those are, I think, the most popular options. You may have all hired from somewhere else and you love them. These are what I'm most familiar with and who I've used or had teams use in the past. So how do we go about it? We're gonna focus our training on the onlinejobs.ph. So direct to VA. That's how we're gonna look at our training today. Because if you go My Outdesk, you literally just have to, connect with them, and they already vetted the people. They take care of payroll. They do all of those things. You just pay them. I'm going to talk about how do you just do it from scratch. Okay. So number one, how do you do it? How do you find the right going rate, and how do you pay them? Second is proof of time, right? How do I know they're working on my stuff? And then third, training library. So I am actually going to open up onlinejobs.ph. Move all your faces here. And I'm going to show you how it works. So first of all, when you log in, super easy, right? Are you looking for talent, or are you looking for work? We're looking for talent. So I'm going to type in real estate. Okay. Let's just say I'm kind of general. I'm trying to figure out, let's go real estate admin. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I can look for. So first of all, it tells me there's 9,000 job seekers here, okay? Some of them are willing to do part-time, some of them are willing to do full-time. They let you know when they're available, etc. So let's just take a look at this first guy that came up, okay? Number one, it shows ID proof, and it says 99. What that means is that onlinejobs.ph indicates they are who they say they are, right? So just like if you go on Indeed and you try to hire someone, there's scammers, right? There's scammers everywhere. Same thing here. So ID proof shows a score of 0 to 99. 99 is the best. and there's dozens of data points in order for them to put their information into Online Jobs PH that allows you to feel more secure, okay? So it helps us know if they're fake or not. He is also verified. So that means that he's had other jobs through online, like other people have hired him through using this job board, onlinejobs.ph. And so those are two things I look for. I always look for a high ID proof. I'll go to 80%, that's fine. But I want them verified as well. It also tells me expected salary. So in Filipino money, it's 30,000 a month, which is $522 US. So it'll tell us expected salary and dollar per hour. So this is sometimes a misnomer. People feel like, oh man, like, should we really just be paying them $3.19 or $5 an hour? Like, that's crazy. No, in the conversion, right? That is a good salary for them. And they are like, it's like us saying, you know, $20 an hour or $15 an hour, right? It converts. So this is a nice way for us as small businesses to be able to get more leverage and more help because of the dollar per hour. Okay, now it's going to tell me all his information, right? He's been a junior systems admin, you know, whatever, basic info. He just became active today or was active today, and he's been a member since 2015. Okay, so that means that doesn't mean he's been available since then. It means that he's been on the site at different times looking for positions or maybe adding hours, because sometimes people will come in and they're only going to hire them for 2 hours. So they have 8 or 6 other hours in the day they can fill up, right? It'll talk about skill summary. They'll have ratings from other people and themselves. So top skills, speaking, writing, right? It'll tell us all these things, not a webmaster, okay at logo design. So it tells me all of those things. So you can literally search for whatever you want and find people to help, okay? So from here, you could either reach out to them, right? Let's say you're looking for 20 hours a week. You know, this gal might be a good fit. She's been in the BPO industry, so maybe you're dealing with something like that, or you have in the past. So you can literally go through here, and you can also be more specific, right? So you can say, I want their monthly salary to be between, you know, let's go 300, 500, something like that. Let's say you just need them part-time. I want an ID score greater than 70, right? Refine. And oh, I always want a picture too. Like if they don't have a picture, no thanks. So now it's going to refine my results, and I've got around 757, right? So that was worth it to narrow it down. So now I can go through and kind of see I go through their top skills really fast and kind of look at what I like. Like, okay, email management, yes. Customer support, yes. Ooh, phone support, that's awesome, right? So I kind of look for what am I looking for, and then I kind of do just like a quick breeze. But another thing on online jobs is you can also put your own job ad, so people respond to you. So it's not just you searching, you'll put up your job description on here as well. All right, I'm going to stop real quick and see what questions we have, and then I'll go back to it. Is this helpful so far? Yes, hopefully good. Okay, good, thank you. The link for the documents will be posted in, oh yeah, yes, correct, Phil, and Game Changers Nation. Any good sources of VAs with real estate licenses in California? Janie, that would be awesome, thank you. I am not sure about VAs with real estate licenses in California. That would be more specific. So I would probably check more like a My Outdesk, Spear Rocket, one of those companies instead. Where to go for the right VA for social media. Yep. So Beth, hopefully that was helpful because you just type in that search, like what you're looking for, or when you put your job description up, then that's what you'll add in your job description. Yes. Outsourcing like Apple. Yes. Yes. I'm going to go over how to train your VA. No problem. What would you search for if you're wanting a VA for CRM Grow recruiting file? Yes. Okay. So Andrea, if you're looking for someone specific to run your CRM and also recruiting follow-ups, that's what you're looking for. What you're looking for is someone, I would search like CRM management, contact management. And then I would also even just search recruiting or somebody with phone experience, because most likely it was either customer support or recruiting support. So I would look for something like that. Ooh, Catherine, yes. Okay, awesome. Specifically for an admin, I'll connect with you, Catherine, on that. Okay, let me go back. Oop, one more question.
Thank you.
So close.
Oh, yes, no problem. Do you recommend a VA and a transaction coordinator? I do. You can have a VA do both if you want to, but I definitely recommend getting a TC, and then a VA kind of handles everything else. Can you interview candidates and speak with several of them before making a decision? Oh, yes, yes, and definitely you want to. So good point. And we'll talk about the hiring process here in a minute, but when you're hiring someone, you definitely have to have a good, bank of people that you're interviewing. I like to interview them like back to back to back to back or within 2 days, because you forget really easily, like who was great, who wasn't, did they say this, did they say that? So, and I'm going to show you how I actually interview admins, including, interview questions. I'm going to give you all of it, peeps, no worries. All right. I would love to know about the real estate admin. Okay. So everything we're talking about today actually fits for an admin too. So VA or in-house admin, it's going to fit. What about the time change? Good question. I didn't even have that in my stuff. Yes. VAs will actually work your hours and not theirs. You know why? Because everybody else that's their friend, that's a virtual assistant, or even their spouse or other people that they know, or maybe their past employer, most likely they worked your hours. So every VA that I have works my hours. Yes, good one. Can a VA get paid on a commission basis? No. Here's why. You can't pay anyone commission that's not a licensed agent. VAs are mostly not licensed. And then secondly, the IRS, Uncle Sam, will come down on you if you're trying to pay any kind of admin like commission, or because you're requiring them to be there, right? Like 8 to 5, kind of on demand, help me. It's very different. So don't run any admins that way. Oh, thank you. Do you have any ideas or companies that continue their training after they're hired? Yes. So if you hire someone like in My Outdesk, a Sphere Rocket, something like that, they're already training them, okay? Other than that, what you want to do is really you're doing the training, because you're training them specific to your processes. So beyond hiring them, it's really like once a week, twice a week, something. You might be sending them a video. We'll talk about that too, but you're really training them. There really isn't a lot of ongoing training for that, because generally it tends to be pretty specific, right? But you can put them on calls like this because they need to hear what's happening, what you're doing, what you're looking to achieve. So I would say have them come to this call. Are these outsourced wages tax deductible? They will be considered an employee of yours. Yes. All right, let me go back to it. Ooh. What's the spend difference with this one versus the other 2 companies? Okay, great. That's actually a perfect segue back. So let's go back there. And sorry if I'm talking fast. I'm probably not talking fast to you guys, but if it feels fast, I just want to get through everything for you. Okay, so if you're going to hire someone like Online Jobs versus a My Outdesk or a Sphere Rocket, right? Those are going to be very, very different, because My Outdesk is essentially finding them, training them, hiring them, firing them, all of those things. So you're going to pay somewhere between 12 to 20 bucks an hour. It might even be a little tough to find them at 12 anymore. So it might be 15 to 20 bucks an hour. Okay. And you'll get them full time. If you go to online jobs, you're probably going to be able to hire someone between generally $4 to call it $7, unless it's very specific and this person is highly trained. Like social media manager, I never recommend like looking for that, because those words just come with this really high price tag. So find someone that fits everything else and then see if they can handle social media. Okay. And one thing to know, if you have someone overseas posting for you on social media, that actually violates community standards for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So you have to use a program that allows their IP address to ping in the United States so they can log in with you and then be able to post. So just quick FYI. I'm not really covering that piece today, but just FYI for you. Okay, so this is sort of the meat about what you guys want to learn. What can they do, right? So first of all, let's think of them like a person, right? So they're a person, they're your new right hand. They are able to do lots of things. So let's first talk about real estate duties. Here's some off the top of my head. Let's say you need flyers for your new listing. You go on Vistaprint, get them made, printed, and ship it to the person's house, right? Weekly market reports. Their seller needs to know how many showings, what's happening in the market, how many clicks. They can run those reports. Organize monthly price reduction conversations, right? That's coming now. So they can organize all of that. Expired mailing campaign, right? Last week, Janie blew our minds with this expired campaign. So they can help organize that. Hers a little different, but they can help organize the printing and who goes to what and when, right? Put leads into buckets for easy calling. How many of you have agents calling leads and they're kind of disorganized and people aren't getting called when they should, and there's no follow-up plans and there's no nurture plans? VAs can literally build buckets in your dialer for that. Accountability, agent accountability. Did you log your numbers yesterday? How many things do you have under contract? Do you have a sweet 16? What are the top 16 clients you're working with? Keeping your CRM clean, making sure everybody's in there, everybody's tagged correctly. When it's time for a client's event, they're helping with all of that. Set up your CRM, create CMAs for listings. That can be done very easily. Listing coordination, right? They can become essentially your listing coordinator, and then TC work. Then social media, we talked about that a little bit, right? Posting, content calendars, Facebook ads, responding and commenting on client things, connecting with people on LinkedIn, professionals in your area. Clients for Life program, that's your touch program for your past clients in your sphere. Newsletters, market reports, CMAs on an anniversary date, use RPR, organize client parties, order swag, email newsletters. Handwritten notes. And you'll notice I spelled this wrong, but I actually spelled it right. There's a company called Handwritten with a Y, and they can do handwritten notes that look like your handwriting, and they could send handwritten notes to clients, just like, hey, thinking of you, right? Or what's that? I use it and I just forgot. Send out cards, right? They can set up send out cards, send it to every listing appointment, send brownies on their birthday, whatever you want, just listed, just sold cards. So those are some examples, but I'm going to do you one better. And I'm actually going to share, I'm going to pull this up for you. So I created a whole folder with everything done, written out for you that we're covering. And one of them is the real estate duties. I call it admin versus agent things to do. These are not specific to VAs. This is actually written for any assistant, okay? Here are a bazillion, that's an official number, of things that they can do, right? Here's what you do. Money-making activities, that's it. Here's what admin can do. They can even, you want to hire an accountant, right? Or maybe you hired someone that does your QuickBooks or something like that, right? And they're not sitting in your office, they're a VA. Indirect income producing activities. And then also contract to close, what they could do. So here is a list. It's not all conclusive. So, take it for what it's worth, but it's a good start to a lot of things that a VA could do. Then let's talk about training. This is probably like my favorite part, is the hiring, onboarding, and training of an admin. So back to my folder here. Let's start with this document called Need an Admin, Start Here. So we talked about some of the ways why you should hire them, right? If you're going to do a admin, not a VA, but someone in your office, I would say use Wise Hire, right? You want to have someone that's vetting for real estate experience. I would do that on Wise Hire. Viral marketing, if you use viral marketing, or BombBomb, right? Send out BombBombs or videos, or use your blog to let people know that you're hiring. And then let's talk about the ads, right? This is a question that I get a lot. Like, what should my ad say so I get a really great admin? This is my favorite ad of all time. I wrote it, actually, a guy gave it to me and I kind of adjusted it a pinch, but it is so good. And the title for it is Organizational Guru. And you will get the coolest people that apply for your job because of this ad. So this is my favorite. And then this was my example of an ad for a listing coordinator. So you can use either, but if you're just hiring like an all over admin, somebody to kind of help with everything, this one, organizational, I can't talk and like type, is the one that you want to use. Okay, so now you've placed your ad, right? Online jobs or wherever, what do? Right? So first of all, you can have them answer some questions. So I would create a template in my Gmail that has these questions. And here's what it would say. Thank you for applying for the position at whatever, Stacy Peterson Real Estate. We are interested in learning more about you, if you'd be a great fit for our organization. Please email me at, and I just put the email address in case I was emailing through a job board or something, the answers to the following. 3 reasons why your experience meets the criteria for this opportunity. Second, I want you to upload your resume to Google Drive and send me the link. And 3, send me 3 references, full contact information, and how you know them. Please complete this within 48 hours of receiving this email. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing back from you. What's that do? What's that technique, and what do those questions do?
Helps you identify if they can follow directions. 100%,
right? And if you're a big Google Drive user like I am, I need to know that they can do that. Here's a mistake I made early on, and this, you guys are going to laugh at this. So I was interviewing candidates for an in-person admin, and she was younger. She had worked at a hair salon. She organized everything, all the appointments, all the bookkeeping, all this stuff, right? I was so excited about her. So here was one of my clarifying questions to see if she'd be a great fit. I'm like, do you use a Mac or a Windows computer? And she's like, I use Mac. I'm like, sweet. I know you're tech savvy. I just know it. Great. When can you start? Right? Blah, blah, blah. And of course I asked her other questions. She started, had no idea how to run anything Google, nothing. So I was like, oh, that's fine. You know, you could use Safari. Didn't really know how to search for questions. So I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world? So then I started using a tech test and an online application. So I actually gave you access to these that I've created before for our coaching program. You get them. You're going to have to create this form on your own though, okay? So if you fill this out, you're not going to get access. So just go in and create a Google form, but it talks about what we're looking for, okay? And then the tech test I created also, and it's super simple. Again, you're going to have to make a copy, but it just says, you know, how many words can you type per minute? Can you save a doc to Google Drive? It's simple questions, but these are things that I learned over time and hiring that really needed to be answered. So all of that is in here. Why do you think I asked the question, how many emails does your inbox currently have? I want to know if they're organized, right? I'm not a person. I'll show you my phone. Well, I do have some text messages, it looks like, but I don't have like thousands and thousands of those little red like button things that say, you got a whole bunch to do. So if they have 3,000 emails sitting in their inbox, that's a no for me. I'm like, you can't organize my life if you can't organize your own email, right? So that is in there. How many of you know that with Success Magazine, we get to do free disc testing? We do. So because we are owners of Success Magazine, they actually give us free disc testing. So you can go in Workplace and get that information. But here is the ideal disc profile for an admin, okay? They need to have high S and high C. I like to see this more in the 80, 90 up. C means very, very detailed. I need that C at like, honestly, I look for close to 100. I need their C to be beyond C because I type things with typos. If you ever text me, I put way too many smiley faces. So like, I need someone kind of editing that because I am like quick and on the go. So I need someone very, very detailed. I do not need them to have a high D because I have a high D and I don't want someone butting heads with me all the time. It's just not the right fit for me personally. Maybe for you, a little higher D will work. It will not work for me, okay? Definitely have to have high S, high C. Let's say you find some people, they responded to your job and, what do you tell them, right? Please do respond to everybody that took the time to apply for your job because otherwise they're sitting out there wondering, right? So here is a great regrets email. I wrote it all up for you. You can send it to them after talking to them or even if you didn't, okay? Now, let's talk about interviewing because I know that's a scary thing sometimes. Like, what do I even ask them, right? So first of all, when you get their disc and you're going to ask them to send it to you, you read through it. Look at what their strengths are. Look at what their weaknesses are, right? Look at what it says about their S and C. You need to know that, and it will have questions in there to ask as well. But you also need to develop some questions around your core values and giving them specific examples. So here's like one that everybody uses: hustle and work hard, okay? If you have hustle and work hard as your core value, do you know what that means? Like, core values aren't meant to just be like 2 words and up on your wall and, you have like a vinyl cling in the back. It's really the statement, and then it's what comes after it is most important. So if your hustle and work hard means something like, we do what it takes to make sure that the customer is happy within, all lawful reason, but also protects the team unit or protects my business, right? You need to have that so you know the right questions to ask, because maybe for them, hustle is like, I make a whole bunch of mistakes, but I get it done. You asked me to get it done today, right? But if that's not important to you, most important is efficient, correct work, then that's going to take a different connotation. So just make sure when you're asking questions, you know exactly kind of what you're looking for, okay? First interview questions may include, I got it all spelled out for you. Here's some questions. Use 1, use 5, use all of them, doesn't matter, okay? Second interview questions. Second interview is a must, and ideally it's not by you. Ask a friend, a coworker, your spouse. If you don't have anybody else, do it yourself, but it's nice to get a second opinion, right? And here's a whole bunch of questions you can ask them as well. So you will have this document spelled out for you as well. Offer letter. The one mistake I see is that when people are hiring an admin or a VA, they don't have all the duties spelled out. They're just very willy-nilly with it. Like, well, I need you to do this, and it'd be great if you could help with this, and right, and it's all in conversation. It needs to be spelled out, right? That's where agreements versus expectations get all sideways. So here's an example of an offer letter. What results are you expecting in your position? What job duties are included? Now, this doesn't have to be like every little thing, but you want 80 to 90% of it here, right? So everything is here. If they have a second position, right? Maybe one that at some time you're hoping to parse out, you will add that and then put everything that you need. Now, this was literally one of my admin's offer letters. So you will see that in some of the words. So just ignore that. Some of it's very specific. But I wanted to give you an example so you could come through and like edit and use what you can and add what you need to. Key skills. This is important because again, remember when I gave you the example of I was hiring the girl with the Mac and she wasn't tech savvy? If that's a key skill that you need, you got to put it. If you're expecting someone to organize your life, but you like to complicate everything, then you have to tell them, you have to be great at simplifying. I'm going to give you a stack like this, and I need you to get it down to one paper, right? And I'll work with you and all those things, but like, that's the person I need. That's the skill level I need, okay? Compensation, put that in there. This was my in-person. I guess I didn't upload my VA offer letter. I'll look for it and get it for you. But if there's vacation time, put it in there. And you know, it's not bad to offer VAs vacation. We do. We offer them vacation. So it's up to you, right? And then what pay is, and this is all standard, like ICA stuff. So this is not a legal agreement. So you can definitely have your attorney look over it and do what you need to. Oh, VA contract. Did I put it in here? So here's the actual contract that everything will be signed. So here's an example of it. Again, use it. This is going to be bullet points of what they're doing. That the one we just looked at prior, the offer letter, that's going to have the meat of it. So this is kind of more of a, you know, just the contract, the payment in there. How are you going to pay them, which we'll talk about next. All of those things in there. Okay, payment and knowing if they're doing the right things at the right time. Like, are they actually working on your stuff? Another reason I love onlinejobs.ph is because they actually have a system called time proof. And what time proof does is the person you're hiring puts it on their computer, like downloads it, and time proof automatically snaps random pictures of their screen throughout the day. So for my VA, when it's time for her to be paid, she sends me her time proof, she sends me her hours, and then that's how I process payroll. So if you're using like a MyOutDesk or a Sphere Rocket, they process payroll for you. Online Jobs has another free system, time proof's free. They have another free system called Payoneer, Payoneer. And I know you can use it with other systems too. It's free through Online Jobs. Maybe you have to pay a little fee other places, I'm not sure. But I go in, it's connected to my business payroll account. And I just go in and say, you know, pay this, and boom, it pays it. I pay twice a month on the 15th and the 30th. So if you've listened to any of our trainings on Profit First, you know that I actually run the payroll on the 10th and the 25th, but they get paid on the 15th and 30th. So it's nice. It's her responsibility to get me that information, and then I go in and pay it. You can also pay them through PayPal. PayPal, though, charges a 5% fee to them for the money exchange. You can choose to pay that or not. Payoneer charges 2% fee. I pay that for them because it's like sometimes $4, $6, and I don't want them to have to take a cut for taking the money out because it was paid US. All right. Let me see if I have anything else to cover here, and then I will get to the questions. I went through DISC, I went through ads, interview. Oh, did I talk about training? Yes, well, kind of. So training, here's the easiest way to do it. 2 ways. Number one, anything that you're going to have them do, and you have to have them do it more than once, shoot a video. So do it on Zoom, share your screen, do it, talk through it, boom, you have it for them. You send it to them or tell them to get it out of your cloud account in Zoom, and then have them put it in your Google Drive and create a library, okay? Second, Loom. Loom's free. You can do it that way too. You can do BombBomb if you want to. I don't use BombBomb for that, but those are the 2 things I would recommend. And then also, if you use like Trello or Excel spreadsheets or Google Sheets, whatever, that's where you're going to put the duties. So maybe Mondays have specific things, Tuesdays have specific things, right? You have your big projects they're helping you with. All of that should be in one spot where you can see the progress. Then also at the end of the day, the VA should do an end of day report. I do all of this in Trello. So all of their duties, if they're specific for the day, are in Trello. The projects are in Trello, one board, and then the end of day report is there. So end of day, they write the bullet points of what they've done, tag me, I get an email. In the morning before they begin their day, what are your top 3 tasks? Tag me in Trello, get sent to me. So that's how I keep tabs on my VA and that we're working together. So she doesn't have to sit beside me and be in my office. I literally feel like she is because of the communication that we have. So, all right, let me go to the, oh my gosh, 33. Okay, let me go through these here. Okay, we talked about that. What's the difference? Okay, we talked about that. When would you have them take KV Core training videos or you train them? Nope, if there's already videos done somewhere, I'd have them take them. So KV Core, I direct them to the top 5 videos that I want. My VA sets up KV Core. Oh yes, Cody, right, both. Yes, you're gonna have to do some on the CRM side. How do you pay them? 1099. They are employees of mine, right? So they are going to, at tax time, let me think, how did I do that? Oh, when you're using a system like Payoneer, it will help you create their tax document for them and for you. If you use PayPal, you're gonna have to create some kind of 1099. Can you copy this list into the chat? I'm gonna give you all the documents, Beth, so you have everything. Yep, the list, you get it. Where do we find that list? You get it. List, you get it, you get it, you get it, you get it. Okay, is this meeting for new agents too? Oh, yeah, Frida. So being a new agent, what it does is it gets you to start thinking about what are things I'm going to outsource, right? Maybe your business isn't chaotic. Maybe you're not at a point where you need to outsource things, but it gets you thinking like, what are my income producing activities? And what are things as soon as I am able, I can offload to get more leverage? Oh yeah, thanks, Janie. Yes. Okay. Yes, that disc I showed you, admin or VA. Success Magazine disc you can find in Workplace. Just Google it in Workplace. Yep. Oh, Janie also gave one. Nice. Oh, she gave you the link to it. Payoneer, yep. I don't know about Western Union, never used them. Profit First training is in Game Changers Nation, I believe. If not, we'll do it again. I think I did it one day. I can't remember. Yes, the meeting's recorded. You will see it in Game Changers Nation, Facebook. That's where all the documents will be as well. Oh, thanks, guys. Okay, what other questions do you got? Maybe we covered it. Maybe you're just, do you guys feel like that was a good, like, start to finish training so that you can like go out and actually do it? Like, do you feel like, hey, that gave me like a really good base. I could like go hire a VA now. Good. Game Changers Nation is no longer updating Workplace, just Facebook. So no trainings will be in Workplace. We had to switch because the engagement got super low. So it will all be in Facebook. Oh, good. I'm glad. I will upload my slides so you guys have them. And of course, I will upload that whole folder I showed you. Everything's in Google. in order for you to edit anything, you have to make a copy for yourself in Google, and then you'll be able to make all changes and edit. Don't click the like send request, I can't edit it. Just go file, make a copy, you'll have edit access, okay? Yes, it was fast. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure and kind of give you the whole overview so that you guys feel confident about it. But you know, when hiring a VA, the best thing you can do is literally just determine what you need, right? Make sure you have at least 3 months, if it's a VA, in the bank to pay them. And then third, just take the plunge. Start doing interviews. Maybe you'll end up hiring none of them, but start. I guarantee probably at least 60% of the people on this call today could use a VA in some way or another, even if it's part-time, right? You probably need you're doing something. You're doing the books. You're responding to emails constantly. You're taking calls from agents about things that are in the agent remarks on the MLS, right? You're doing your own expired program. You're putting stuff on MLS, right? You're doing something. And I love the little smiles when I say something that I know you guys are doing. You're like, I love it. All right, great. Well, I'll give you 8 minutes back. We have no more questions. Everything will be in there. If you have more questions, you know, keep it in the Facebook page. If you are a guest with us, we would love to have you be a part of our world. These are the cool things that we do. We help each other, we train each other. So reach out to the person that invited you and get more info, right? All right. If we have a partner, would you still suggest having our own VA? Oh, like a business partner? I would put it together. I would have you both do it, unless you need one personally, like your own, you could, right? They can put in all the things that you need in your calendar, right? They can help you organize everything, bill pay, online bill pay, all those things. So either way. All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Oh, here's a fun fact. Next week when I'm on, I won't have glasses. I'm getting LASIK. So either I will be doing really good or you will meet my new seeing eye dog. We'll see, right? Who knows? All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. Love ya.